Great day, guys. Welcome to MD Ready. My name is Marcus Matthews. Today, I got something pretty awesome I wanted to share with you guys. So, I don't know if you can see me because of the glare of the sun. Okay. But anyway, don't worry about my face. That's irrelevant right now. What I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the process of getting your concealed carry in DC. Thankfully, mine finally came in. Pretty excited. Took a few months. Somebody lost my paperwork. But it's okay. We wound up figuring all of the nonsense out, right? So, any event, even if you don't live in DC, I say get it, because if you live in a metropolitan area, you still have to, there's going to be times where you have to drive through DC. So, with that being said, let you know the process. Let me tell you my quick story of how everything went, right? So check this out. And I'm going to tell you the pros, too, of having it. But there's also some cons, because they give you a long sheet of what you can't do. And to me, it pretty much just says you have the ability to drive through DC and go in residential areas with the particular concealed carry farm that you chose to, that you got registered through DC, and that's pretty much it. So I contacted my farm instructor. We did the training, did the paperwork. That didn't take any time at all. And if you guys need a farm instructor, that's no biggie. I have one, so I can definitely recommend one. But once we did the paperwork, he instructed me. He said, "Look, go down to the DC, the headquarters DC building off of, I forgot exactly where it is, but most people know that live in the metropolitan area, and if you don't, look it up. It's the DC Police headquarters building, right? You have to go down there and take that document down to their licensing division on the second floor, and everything is done in-house. It's a little pricey because, number one, you got to pay the instructor to get the training, right? And, you know, if you got a good instructor, I'm pretty sure they'll take care of you and do what you need to be done. So let's just say that's $100-something bucks, because the DC concealed carry is an pretty expensive permit, but it's worth it. Once you get that, you go down to the license division. You're going to bring your certificate of, you know, the fact that you did the training. Boom. Once that happens, they take your picture, and you pay them, like, let's say, I think it's $130, $135. So they do your picture, your fingerprinting, and then you fill out more paperwork when you're there. It's not much, just one sheet of paper. Once that's been approved, but you don't even have to wait till the approval process has been done, because it can take about 60 to 90 days to be approved. And then you're going to fill out a Form 219. You can email that Form 219 to the DC License Division email, but once you get down there, you get their email address. But make sure you do this, because it was one thing that I almost forgot. Well, thank God that I had internet access. But you need to have 2 forms of identification, and they're going to need a bill to make sure that you can verify your address. So you need to have your driver's license, your work ID, or whatever you may have, if you have a CAT card or something like that. And you're also going to need some type of bill to prove you live at your residence. Now, so remember, step 1, take the training. Okay? Step 2, go down to the license division, and make sure you have $130-something, because they're going to charge you right then on the spot. You're going to get your fingerprints and all that stuff done. Fill out the documentation. Then the Form 19, the last document you're going to submit, that is so that you will be able to register the particular farm that you're going to carry. I'll show you what why you do that. So, you're going to get this thing here. It's the farm registration certificate. Okay, I don't know if you all can pray for you guys can see it. Alright, it looks like that. Farm registration certificate, right? You have to carry that with your concealed carry. So, this is the actual CCW, the DC CCW, right? Okay? So, you cannot have your CCW and not have this farm registration card. If you don't have the farm registration card, you're going to jail. Point blank, based on from my understanding of reading the 50 or so things you can't do, and you whatever, which is just crazy, right? But it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, you want to have your CCW because DC has reciprocity in about 20-something states. It seems like when I looked at the reciprocity on handgunlaw.us, DC and Maryland have similar reciprocities, but you can't carry with the Maryland concealed carry in DC. You can't carry with the DC concealed carry in Maryland. It just won't work, from my understanding. It may have changed within the last month or so, but last time I looked, that's the way it was. So, do it. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it. If you want to carry more than one particular type of firearm in DC, you have to fill out another Form 219 for it. So, the first initial Form 219 you fill out is free. But if you want to carry a different caliber, different firearm, or whatever it may be, it's going to be another $13. I don't know why they do this. I guess it's just a money thing. But guys, please tell everybody you know who's in the firearms. Just go do it even if you don't live in DC, because they're not really publicizing it. I don't know why they're not publicizing it, but they're not publicizing it. But be careful, because you cannot carry within 1,000 feet of most of the DC government buildings or with any federal buildings out there. They don't want you. They don't even want you carrying on the sidewalk of an establishment that serves alcohol, from my understanding. So if you're walking past Ruby Tuesdays, you don't need to be on that sidewalk, because it serves. Even if you're not going to drink, you still cannot carry an establishment that serves alcohol. Churches, no. Areas are going to be crowded, no. It's really strict. And like I said, from my understanding, the sole purpose of even having it is just so that when you're going through a residential area, or if you happen to be driving through DC, just to make sure that you're safe. And remember, you need to make sure you have both of these cards with you. You need to make sure you have both the firearm registration certificate card, and you need to make sure you have the concealed carry card. You cannot just have one. One will not save you. So, with that being said, I think I pretty much covered the basics without bouncing around too much. But yes, you're going to spend a little bit of money. Get a good instructor. Get somebody who's certified in DC. But DC is a shell issue state, or shell carry, shell issue state. So they have to give it to you unless you have a record. I asked the law enforcement guy who works in the license division. Of course, I don't remember his name. He said, you can get it. As long as you don't have any felonies or a bad record, you should be straight. So, everybody and their mother's getting it. Get your CCW. Share, like, subscribe. Tell everybody you know. Pass this video around, because we need to make sure that not only we're talking about fighting for gun rights, even if you're a gun person or maybe you're not a gun person, but the best way to show them is to actually by doing and acquiring your concealed carry. So, I think I hit all the major points, guys. So training with your instructor, take that documentation down to the license division. Again, I just want to reiterate it, right? You want to take your picture, fill out a little form, make sure you got 2 forms of ID, a bill, go across the hall, get your fingerprints done, and you're good to go. And then you're 219, and then you'll have it. I started mine in April, May, June, July, August. So 4 months, that ain't bad. About the same time as Maryland. Maryland took me 6 months. DC took me 4, and they still lost my pit work in DC, and it still came in 4 months. Just like they lost my pit work in Maryland, but it took them 6 months. So, thank you guys. I know you probably couldn't see my face because the sun is in the background, but the main thing I wanted you to see was this here and this. God bless you guys. Take care.